about how you view men, the way we see people is such a big deal. The lens that we look through a lot of times comes from our background, our upbringing. It can be a vast majority of our experiences, good and bad actually. And a lot of times in society, men are put on as these jocks, they're selfish, they're conceited, all they want is sex, all they think about is sex. And it's like this perverse lens that we've been fed. But I'm here to tell you that not all men are that way. In fact, we as women, if we begin to inspire men and call out the gold in them and begin to treat them with honor, they in turn will treat us with honor. Because whatever you sow, you'll reap. It's important to understand that how you view the men around you comes from some kind of either filter or lens. And I want to talk about how to renew that with the Lord. If you begin to sit with Jesus, if you begin to sit with the Father and say, Father, how do you see the men in my life? What is the opinion you have about them? And you let Him begin to transform you. Transform the way you think about men, transform the way that you treat men, transform the lies even. Maybe ask the Father, like, what are some lies that I'm believing about men that are causing me not to trust them? So we never give them a chance. We just shut off our hearts, and then we wonder why no guy will pay attention to us, because all we're doing is pushing men away instead of looking with honor around and go, wow, what are the amazing men that are in my life right now? Maybe it's a father, maybe it's an uncle, maybe it's a grandpa, maybe it's a brother, maybe it's your neighbor. What guy do you look at and say, wow, there's so much integrity on his life. There's so much value and honor, and I want to get to know how he thinks. I want to change the way I see men, because unless you begin to see them differently, you won't treat them differently. And in fact, all you'll see is the negative. All you'll see is the dirt, and you won't be able to ever see the true gold that God has inside of each man. And then it's really hard to connect with a guy that you don't trust. It's really hard to fully give your heart to a man that you really are always skeptical about. You're always mistrusting or misbelieving what he says, because in the back of your mind, you're saying, yeah, but all guys are like this. Boys will be boys, or boys are bad. Or maybe you're the kind of girl that's like, I'm always attracted to the bad boys and I don't know why. Well, ask the Holy Spirit why. Ask the Holy Spirit what attracts you to certain types of men. Maybe there's some kind of wound going on that's created this lens that you're not able to really see men for who they are. Men of valor. All men want to champion. They want to defend. They want to conquer. They want to cover. What are some men that come to mind right now that you're like, wow, that's a true man. That's the kind of man that I want in my life. Maybe as a brother, maybe as a father figure in your life. If your own family really struggles with being the kind of men that you look to, look for men in your church, look for men that are in your community that you can go, wow, teach me how to think differently about men. If you spend time with real men, if you spend time with men of honor, if you spend time with men of purity, it will begin to change the way you see them. It will begin to change the way that you see yourself as well. You'll be able to receive from men like never before, which is such a beautiful gift. We need each other. It's time to put the battle of the sexes to rest. That isn't helping anyone. It's time to honor men for who they are. And guess what? If you sow honor, you'll reap honor, girls.